we make bikes for kids, very little kids in particular, 2 to 5 years old. Yeah, pretty much the entire bike industry moved to China, and that was a couple decades ago. So we are somewhat at their mercy right now. There simply are no other places to source bicycles right now.
Yeah, we're looking at some of the video. I like those balance bikes. You see those little kids on them. What's it going to mean for them and their parents when they go to buy them if these tariffs actually go into effect?
Well, there's you know, there really isn't much choice but to increase price. So, you know, we're going to see a drop in business for sure in the United States market. Fewer kids are going to get bicycles. You know, and we see just the price increase on our product as having an effect, but then there's that cumulative effect when budgets are hit across the board, when families are dealing with price increases on not just the bike for their child, but for many of their products for the family, then the bike becomes less and less of a priority. So we see that will be a pretty dramatic impact on the number of kids who get bicycles, and we feel that you know, a kid getting a bicycle is a pretty important milestone and experience that they need to have.
Totally agree. And then they become obsessed with them and refuse to go inside because all they want to do is hang out with the bikes outside. Ryan, why do bikes have to be made in China?
Well, you know, they can be made other places, but the problem is there's no support infrastructure left anywhere else anymore. It has all moved, and it was decades ago. So to try and start building anywhere else is going to take years of just infrastructure investment. And so the trouble is, for a small business, if you're trying to make investment to build infrastructure elsewhere, but in the meantime you're having to survive on your one and only option for production in China, and you're being hit with tariffs there, you're getting you know, you're getting impacted financially on both fronts. So that's where the real difficulty comes in. I mean, we're going to suffer financially trying to move, and we're going to suffer financially staying. So we're just kind of stuck in the middle right now. So, I mean, I support the idea that we got to improve trade relationships and get our intellectual property protected. It's a real problem in many areas of the world. We do business globally, and it's a major struggle for us dealing with knockoffs and counterfeits. But at the same time, you don't want to kill the business while trying to improve the situation for the business. And so we got to have some better solutions than what we currently have with these tariffs.
If you were going to realign your supply chain, either to another country, ex-China, or to the States, in what industry do you think you'd be looking for capacity? Who would have to give up some capacity to make bikes for you?
Boy, you know, that's a good question. You know, our bikes use all sorts of, you know, there's steel foundries, aluminum extruders, you know, plastic injection molding, you name it. There are a lot of components that go into building a bicycle, even the packaging and everything. So lots of industries are going to have to get involved, and you know, China has been such a major part of the world supply chain that there just isn't that much capacity elsewhere. It's going to take some time, like years, to build that back. And if you're paying tariffs to survive in the meantime, you don't have the money to invest in the infrastructure in new locations either. So that's where I think we got to be smart about this. And I think we also have to pick our battles too. You know, there are some commodity items that can be kind of sourced from anywhere right now. You know, if you've got a widget and you can buy it from Europe or China or Mexico or the U.S. or wherever right now, and you're just choosing China because it's a little bit cheaper right now, well, then when a tariff goes in place, all of a sudden all those other choices seem even more logical and more financially beneficial. But if you don't have another option, if there simply is no other option, you can't redirect a purchase order, then you're really stuck.